All right, good afternoon. Welcome back to Voices of Courage Asia, and this is Lillian here. Right, today I have a very special guest, which is Dr. Amy Lee. Hi, Amy, how are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Amy. It's Dr. Ng.
Dr. Ng, yes. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, Amy, you want to share with us a little bit more about yourself? What do you do? Yeah, and what's the practice? Yes.
Okay, my name's Amy, but my professional name is Dr. Ng. I work as a family physician, and I'm quite busy nowadays because of the COVID-19 situation. So there's a lot of things to do, a lot of cleaning to do, and a lot of extra things to do to follow government guidelines. But it's good because so far I'm very, very thankful we have not had a single COVID-19 patient come to my clinic, and I'm gonna pray that it's gonna keep the same way all the time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Lisa, say hi. Yeah, Lisa,
Hi.
say hi. And Jocelyn also say hi. Can you
Hi.
see their
Thank you for
comment?
being
Oh, Karen is here
around.
too. Yeah.
Hi.
Wow. All your supporters are here.
Thank you, ladies.
Right. So, is it okay to, you want me to address you as Amy or Dr. Ng?
Amy's fine. Yeah.
Amy is fine. All right. Yeah. Thanks for being so personal. Right. And just want to have a quick learning about today we're just going to do a casual chit chat, get to learn about what are your takeaways, because you join us for the boot camp, right? The Transform with Courage boot camp. So first of all, I'm very curious, when you heard of the word boot camp, what went through your mind? What went through your mind when you hear the word boot camp?
I mean, honestly, I'm quite scientific. So the word boot, of course, it's like, okay, something like army, something you have to do a lot of work. So I expect a lot of work. And of course, it's a
Mm,
camp. So you expect, there'll be some food and lodging. And so, of course, when I looked at the program, I was quite glad that was accommodation, meals provided for the program. But at that time, when I was looking at the program, I was injured and I actually had a fall and I had a hip fracture with a hip replacement. So I was like undergoing like a lot of physiotherapy, cannot really move. And so, of course, the COVID-19 was there in Singapore. And of course, as a doctor, I want to take precautions. So I was looking and seeing how things would progress. I'm just waiting on time. And as time went by, my physical condition got better. The COVID-19 situation got a lot better. Yay! And when I looked at the program, it was interesting. There were a lot of topics that really interested me. I mean, that were of interest to me. There were
mm,
multiple speakers, and of course, I'm always very curious to learn from variety of speakers. So it was interesting. So timing was right. And then I used to attend some of what we call the Women of Courage monthly empowerment meetings, and they will talk about the boot camp. And then someone actually just casually mentioned to me, "So would you like to attend?" And that set me thinking. So it's a series. It's a whole series of steps that made me decide. Yeah.
wow. Wow. So from the very first time you heard about the boot camp, and then by also um, attending the monthly empowerment meeting from Women of Courage Asia, and but why did you decide? What was the deciding factor? Because I know you are, from what you are sharing just now, we can tell that you are a learner, you're a lifelong learner, right? You're constantly learning, and through the interaction with you have shared. So, but specifically for this Transform with Courage bootcamp, why did you decide to join?
I guess it was the desire, number one, to actually, because the topics were interesting, especially day one was really interesting. It's like, oh, that's interesting. And then
Mm,
day two was interesting as well. That was talking about this physical thing. And of course, I know I'm physically not so capable, but it was intriguing because I was wondering to myself, what can I learn from someone? And of course, the one about Enneagram, I've never heard about Enneagram before until
mm,
the Women of Empowerment meeting, which was that particular meeting that made me desire to want to attend. And then
right.
after that, that was the third day, which was talking about then there's these people who were like coaches, they were like in their different fields. So of course I was curious. That's the sense of curiosity. I think Singaporeans, we're always very curious.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, the curiosity of, the topics of the boot camp actually create that interest for you,
That's right.
right? Okay. Yeah. And so we're going to just share about the learnings and takeaways. We won't go into the details of what was being uh, executed in the boot camp, but based on your learnings and takeaways, what do you think uh, is your okay before we go to that the greatest takeaway, let's go backtrack a bit. What did you learn about yourself, right, through the process, because there's a smart goal that we all need to have smart goals, right, at the end of the boot camp. Yeah, for the execution to where you actually get what you learn in the boot camp and execute it in your real life, your day-to-day daily life. Yeah. So without mentioning your smart goal, I mean, it's up to you also, whether you mention your smart goal, but what did you learn about yourself through the process of working on your smart goal? That would be the question.
Well, I think from that, what you call the SMART goal, to be specific, measurable, achievable,
Mm.
and in time. And it was good because it was a good reminder. Of course, I was reminded to be very focused and to actually not be distracted. So it was good because and the best thing about the camp is that after you set a goal, you set a time. It's within the 3 months because we have 3 months follow up coaching, and then we get
Mm.
assigned a buddy to help us, and we also get like remind us to actually like during we had first follow up coaching, and it's like there was a reminder to actually follow up on our goals. So it was good. You get constant reminders, which is really an encouragement.
Yeah, talking about buddy, your buddy is here. Hi,
Hi.
Jack. Yeah. So I think your experience. How's your experience with the buddy system? I mean, you mentioned about that, and Jack just came in. So yeah, how was your experience with that?
I think that for the Women of Courage and for the class living for this boot camp, I think they take, because we actually do a survey before you actually go, and they actually pair. So I was paired with someone who's very close to my personality. I wouldn't say she's exactly like me, but it's very comfortable. The moment I see her, it's like, I like this person, that kind of feeling. And true enough, when we are roommates, it's like you have this very comfortable feeling, like you're with family, that kind of feeling. And she was very warm, very caring, yeah. And she was just, I mean, a very person that you would like to connect with. And I was very relaxed, and it was able to share. And in fact, at night when I was doing some exercises, because after my surgery I have to do exercises, so I do the exercise at night. And there was time to talk. And she was actually a very good listener too. So it was really encouraging. Yeah. We still keep in contact.
Wow. Yeah. Jack say, "Oh." Right, that's nice. That's nice. Nice to know that you have actually make connections and actually make new friends. Yeah, build new relationship through the boot camp. So, and also just now, while mentioning about your learning, you mentioned that the 3 months of execution of besides the boot camp, this 3 months. How was your progress right now? Because we all have a smart goal. So, how's your progress for your smart goal right now so far?
I guess for me, my SMART goal was a physical goal because I still cannot make my own bed. So my desire for my goal is to be able to like, be physically able to squat down, to be able to make my bed. Well, I mean, I'm still on the path because there are ups and downs. Like last 2 weeks, I was aching a bit more, so I couldn't exactly, you know, um, do the squats without holding on. But at least I can still do the squats by holding on to like a bar or a frame or something like that. So it's at least I'm working on it still. It's still carrying on, yeah, that kind of thing. And yeah,
Wow.
it's good to just be able to be reminded to focus, yeah, and not be distracted. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are really a very encouraging. I mean, what you are doing, seeing, the first time we met you, and until now. I mean, it's just within a short period of time, but the progress, the shift that you are, and especially the action, the actions that you are taking are really very encouraging for all of us. I just want to affirm you with that. Yeah, and very inspiring. I think it's contagious actually. Yeah, to get the rest moving as well out of the comfort zone. Yeah,
Thank you.
and I really pray that your your legs and your muscles and all that will get strengthened in no time, right, with the exercises that you're doing and the physiotherapy that you're going through, right? So in spite of
Yes.
all that, you still turn up for the boot camp. So again, this is inspiring. Okay, a great example and role model of someone who is constantly learning. Yeah. So, what is your greatest? I know there are many takeaways. We shared this before, but what is your greatest takeaway from the boot camp? Because due to the limitation of time, yeah, we can only share one greatest takeaway, and what would that be?
I think one of the greatest takeaways that I will always say I received, and if anybody ever asks me, I think this boot camp is a camp that allows you to become more aware about yourself. You actually become more aware about your interactions with people and your feelings. And I remember there was one particular incident that stood out for me. It's like, okay, after the incident was over, I had to go up to Lydia and said, I felt this about it, and she just said, it's just something that you just have to, accept it. But it was very interesting because initially I was feeling a bit negative about it. After talking
Mm,
to Lillian, it just happened. It's just feedback for you, and it's just in this moment, and it kind of like I was able to just drop the negativity and go on to something else. Yeah, and so it was good. Yeah, and after that, yeah, I was able to so-called let it go easily. So it was like quite fast. I could let it go, but maybe overnight, okay, because I still when I went back, it's like I felt like okay, I'm not sure because
mm,
it has to do something with relationships. So I'm not sure about this. But later
mm,
on, as time goes by, you kind of like feel more comfortable, more relaxed. So like right now, it's about over a month that we've been in this post boot camp we have this chat where we met for Zoom. It's like, okay, now I'm beginning to feel even more comfortable than I was. Yeah, so at least there is some progress. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that incident. Yeah. So it's like you also mentioned to me that it was something really very new for you. Like, you have not experienced this before. And yeah, but like you mentioned, it's feedback and it's for each of us to gain the awareness. I think you did mention the main thing that is, creating the awareness or even heightening the awareness, because all of us are work in progress. Yeah, so I'm also constantly still learning and still, be sometimes, be conscious about what's happening, be mindful, right? We had you have supporters here, right? So let's take a look at some of your comments. The comments that are coming in.
Wow, thank you.
Jacqueline say Amy is a good buddy too, and I know she will do great. Yes, her progress is great, and she checks up on me. Wow, you take great care of your buddy.
Thank you,
That's
Jack.
awesome. And
Oh,
then
by the way, I just want
Lisa,
to say
mm, yeah.
thank you so much for the feedback. Awesome and being so open to accept feedback. That's a good set of progress. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and Lynette is here too. Lynette, say hi. Hi, Lynette. Yeah. So I'm really very encouraged and very happy for you to see, how your progress. Yeah. Lisa says that it's not easy to accept feedback without negativity. It's a sign of growth. So well done. Yeah. And Jocelyn say yes, can see Amy opening up in the WhatsApp chat group too. Yeah, now you're like wow, championing and rallying the rest. And I must also compliment you about joining me and Anita and Wendy and Lynn, and sometimes Nicole in the morning workout and check in at 7 a.m. in the morning every morning without fails. So kudos to that. Yeah, yeah, really inspiration for all of us.
But can I say something here too? I mean, honestly,
Mm,
I wouldn't have moved this far without Lillian too, because she's, how do I describe it? a source of encouragement. She listens to you, so you can, because sometimes when you're feeling very negative and you can't like need someone to talk to, and she's able to listen. And then sometimes she actually like we actually have to do this survey. So after the survey is over, she will actually give you feedback on your survey, and then she will give you some small tips. And it may just be 1 or 2 tips, but I applied the 1 or 2 tips, and it really makes a difference. So she's a good facilitator. She's a definite person to listen to, and a definite person that you want to connect with, someone who you will not regret knowing.
Thank you so much, Amy. Thanks for the affirmation for me as well. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Um, this is the next question for you. What was your attitude in investing in personal development then and now? Because there are different people have different thoughts about investing in personal development, and I will always have to use Anita because she was very loud about this. You know that she said that she don't believe in personal development in the very beginning. Yeah, but her view and her opinion has changed. So what about yourself? What was your attitude and and thoughts or belief about investing in personal development?
Actually, honestly, it depends on the situation, because for me, a lot of times when I do personal development things, it's what comes my way. And to me, I don't like to do it alone. So I usually go with someone I kind of like think I know, or some people I think I might be comfortable with. So that's my agenda. Then, of course, if it's a mixed group of people or a large group, I may not be so comfortable. But I guess it's like since I've gotten to know this woman of courage, and you realize that it's quite comfortable, because I was so blessed at the camp. I realized I thought it might be like a group of 50 people. Yeah, but I had concerns about the COVID-19, but we ended up less than 20. So it was really comfortable and small and cozy. And of
Yeah.
course, during meal times, we have to sit in, especially for lunch and dinner, we have meals together. Lunch and dinner, you sit in tables of only eight
Eight,
people. So it
eight
was
at that time.
comfortable with 8 people,
Mm,
8 people at that time, because we were before all this reducing circuit breaker.
mm.
Yeah, so it was 8 people at that time. So it was good, and it's comfortable to talk. And they, especially the first time we had a meal, they assign you where to sit, and so that was comfortable for me, because I sat at a table where it was with Lillian and with Brenda. And yeah, it was very comfortable to at the first meal to be comfortable. Yeah, so it was nice, and the food was good.
Right. I think the impact that you have created, it came from you as well, because you took the initiative, you were proactive, you took the initiative to connect as well, right? So and inspire again, I want to emphasize this because really for most of us, we for at the boot camp, most of us kind of already know each other, but you are the only one that the only one or two, actually two, yeah, two or three that do not know the rest, right? And in spite of that, you still show up, you still sign up, you still show up, and actually making that effort to connect. So that is really something very, very encouraging. Yeah. So, and you are constantly, investing in yourself, right? Uh, because I hear you, you have to attend certain meetings and workshops and modules. So I know that you are a lifelong learner for sure. Yeah, thanks for showing us by example, what a lifelong learner looks like. Yeah. Um, what about moving forward? What do you actually look forward now that I know the boot camp is actually still ongoing because we have the 3 months post boot camp program still ongoing, right? But the 3 days one is over in the hotel. Um, what do you look forward moving forward?
I guess if we look forward from now, the boot camp is over, and we are of course in the 3 months of the stage. Yeah, I think this awareness that I've actually gained is something that I probably really would continue to have. And of course, I now have a new support group to count on. It's like, okay, that's
Yay!
great. Yay! And then, of course, Lillian has just mentioned to us that there'll be a level 2 boot camp. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully the timing and everything will fit well. And of course, I'm looking forward to see what I can do in the future. But like I say, for me, a lot depends on what opportunities open up,
Mm,
what situations, what timing, and it's like everything must kind of like fit together for me that I will do something. Yeah, so
mm.
it depends. Yeah, so but anyway, I'm glad for this journey. It's something that I definitely will not want to forget, and it's something that I will want to carry on. Yeah, and oh, by the way, monthly empowerment meetings with the Women of Courage Asia are good to attend. So they are very, very encouraging. Yeah, as well. And wow, to
Yeah.
hear people share their stories is like wow.
You were there on Tuesday also, right? Yeah.
Yes, I was there
The
on
month.
Tuesday, although I was working. So yeah, but it was I could listen off and on, but there were certain gaps I had to like not listen. But at least I could the key things I managed to listen. Yeah, so it was quite inspirational.
Yeah, we love to hear your story as well very soon. Soon we will get to hear your story of courage as well, right?
I may not share. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. We'll take it baby step, one step at a time. Right. And now that you have experienced the boot camp, you have experienced the community support, and the ongoing support even after the boot camp, who do you think actually should join the boot camp?
I think this is useful for any lady, any person, even a young person, anybody from any age can join. Like I think anybody who's like as long as they're above 18, they can join and they will find it very interesting. Um, the hostess, which is Anita, she's very warm, very caring. She makes sure that you're physically looked after, make sure that you're not alone. And she's really like a mummy to you when you're there. And so that was good. I think no one will be alone and left alone. And it's for anyone and anyone who wants to learn more by yourself, anyone who wants to learn to improve their relationships, anybody who wants to get insight into their own lives, anybody who wants to grow as an individual, to grow to be a better person, a better daughter, a better mom, a better parent. I think it's a useful camp for everybody.
Right. Yeah, it's very interesting that you mentioned Anita. Yeah, she is really very, very caring. Yeah, she's very loving. She really takes care of everybody. Yeah, and but coming back to is this boot camp is only for women, right? So
Mm.
sorry guys. Yeah, it's specially customized for custom design for women and by women only. So but yes, like what Amy said, is for any women, right? Any women, as long as you are above the age of 18 and above, yeah, you can join the boot camp, right? And the next boot camp will only be next year, right? Happening next year in April as well. Yeah. But level two is coming up. So, yes, we will monitor the situation and yeah, we'll let you all know more details about the level two. And we really pray that your fitness will be back, 100% by then. Yeah. So keep working out and keep doing the stretching and all that. Yeah, I know you're very, very busy, but you still join us every morning, 7 a.m. So I'm very, very encouraged by how much you are stepping out and showing up. Right. So that's kudos to you for that.
Thank you for the encouragement. It's the 7 a.m. one is good as well. It's a time to just connect, to time to be reminded of things, even though it's basic here, but it's life requirements like food, like drinks, like activities. So it's basic, but it's good. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
anyone
it's
can
it's
join
about
too.
yes, it's about renewing of our mindset, right? So to renew our mind so that we can lead our body with it as well. Right. Thank you so much, Amy, for sharing. And if there's how would you like to encourage the audience out there? Based on your journey of the boot camp, your own investment in yourself, the shift, the learnings that you gain through this journey and still ongoing. What How would you like to encourage the audience?
Well, I think in this COVID-19 season, personal desires to grow is definitely there. I think everyone it's staying at home, and it does bring out the worst in you, because I've been hearing from the people I interact with that sometimes you're at home, it's harder to get to know people because they see the worst of you, and you feel so like constrained in your house. And a lot of my, even the people I interact with, sometimes they feel very like negative at times because it's so lonely. But I think um, if if it's an opportunity to learn, to want to grow, if it's an opportunity to grow, if it's an opportunity to become more aware about yourself, to become a better person so that you can serve your world, I think this Women of Courage Asia is a good network to actually help you to deal with your negative issues and to help you with positive things. And the teachings are there. The boot camp had teachings, and there were teaching, and there's experiential times. So we actually learn to look at our own lives, but we also learn, how can we show love to other people, which was one of the topics. And that was very impactful for me to realize that although I don't know so and so, I don't know so and so, but we seem to, because our personalities from the Enneagram are similar, we can kind of like demonstrate the same way of love, and that was useful. Yeah, and so that was good, and especially from the Enneagram, to learn that how I can actually improve the way I connect with people is useful. I mean, it was just new. I've never even heard of Enneagram until when Cindy shared for one monthly power meeting, and then I heard it again for the second time during the boot camp. And so it's something that it's making me curious to learn more about Enneagram. So that's on my next to-do list. I would like to learn more about Enneagram and people management. So I've signed up for actually I'm planning to sign up for a WSQ course on Enneagram and people management. So that will come with time. So I guess it's like the boot camp stirs you up to desire for more growth, more connections, better relationships. Yeah, it's the desire to just want to have better and more, but in a positive sense. Yeah, in a positive sense, so that you can make a positive difference to your world. Yeah.
So it's kind of like awaken your courage. It has, spark off that spark off that desire to learn more about yourself, right? And the journey, and I'm hearing a lot of like you are also highlighting, to the audience that, to actually grab the opportunities, because when opportunity comes, we learn to grab it, and then so that, otherwise, it's too late to prepare. Like recently I came across a quote by John Wooden. Yeah, he said that, when opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. So yeah, um the boot camp is a great opportunity to prepare ourselves for, the opportunity to impact others. So with the skill sets that you have gained, with the heightened awareness that you have gained, and how you can, like you said, now moving forward, when opportunity comes, you're able to know how to connect with different personality types, right? Based on the Enneagram, you get to know the varieties of personality, the diversity of a personality out there, and what are the different core desires, core fears, core motivations, right? So yeah, I'm also, learn a lot through the personality profiling tool, the Enneagram, and I think it's something very, very useful and helpful to all of us. Yeah. So thank you once again, Amy, for setting aside your time, your lunch time. I know it's very precious to you. Thank you for setting aside to come and share with us about your learning and your takeaway. So uh, uh, like what Amy has mentioned, we meet every month, right? So this is the link for Women of Courage Asia. So womenofcourage.asia is the website link. So you can just click on the link and visit and look out for our next topic. Yeah, every month we have different topics with different topics and different speakers. And the most uh, encouraging segment that I really enjoy is the open mic segment, where we get to hear from the audience, hear from the participants who came, and witnessing how they step out with courage to share their stories and inspire others, how they overcome their challenges. I think that's one of my favorite segment. So click on the link on womenofcourage.asia right? We see you every last Tuesday of the month. And of course, for this channel, we meet every Tuesday and Thursday, right? So we'll see you again on Voices of Courage Asia. Thank you, Amy. I know you're very busy, so thank you once again for setting aside your time with us. All right.
Thank you. Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Bye.